Night has fallen when you return to Mission Harbor. The modern lighthouse casts an impressive silhouette against the night sky, and up on the cliffs you see the flicker of a small flame in one of the cages suspended from the cliff. The guards at the gate give you a suspicious look as you enter the town proper, but make no move to stop you. When you think,
Uh,
sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm stopping to look at the flame in the cage.
It looks like there's a candle, like it's like the flicker of a flame from a candle somewhere up near the cages on the cliff.
As in, like someone inside the cage has a reading light.
It's hard to say.
Can I use a perception?
Um,
Arius is going to pull out his binoculars.
wait, what? Even with a really good perception check, you wouldn't be able. The cliffs are like hundreds of feet up, and you're 30 feet away from them
Oh, okay.
from where you
I
are.
can't smell that there's somebody like alive up there.
Oh no,
There's
it's
just
far. It's far too far.
okay.
I've already kind of given the flame. Um, so the
Well, I'm gonna ask the guard about it then. What's
okay.
that light up there?
What light? And he looks up and says, "Must be a torch."
All right, on we go.
I like the attitude of these guards. They don't care.
Yeah.
So,
Let's do it.
when the guards think you're out of earshot, you kind of hear them mutter something about filthy mercenaries. Um, the town square is empty when you enter. It looks as though the merchants have packed up their wares for the night, which is why you are surprised when you hear a voice addressing you from somewhere near the statue at the center of the square.
What is this a statue of?
Hey, you three! Come over here!
That's
I
it.
don't move forward. Nobody summons me like a dog, is what I say.
I
Kirby.
would like to.
Kirby, Melvin, Kronar. There's a voice talking to you.
From whom does this voice originate? With our untraveled vision in the night.
Why don't you roll a perception check?
I would love to. Arf.
Ruggle says, roll a perception check.
And give me an arm to knot on.
It's coming from somewhere near the statue.
Well, yeah.
Who goes there?
How poorly did you roll? Oh.
Hey! You three, come over here!
You come over here.
State your business.
There's a pause, and then you hear, Hey! You three, come over here!
It sounds like a broken record.
It sounds like a trap.
And there's a pause, and you hear, Hey! You three, come over here!
All right,
There are four of us.
peace out. Arius is going to.
There are four of you.
Arius is going to spin around and look everywhere for any sign of an ambush.
Sure, roll a perception check.
18.
You see, it seems like you don't see anything amiss. You kind of scan the roofs because you're paranoid of roofs now, and you look in the windows, and there are people in the inn kind of celebrating and drinking, and the town, seems like everything's fairly normal. The only difference is you hear a voice from around the statue saying, "Hey, you three, come over here."
May I recommend going into the inn?
I go straight towards the voice, right past the statue. I want to find out who this very interesting person must be.
Arius is going to make a grab for Melvin as he starts moving.
Melvin, are you going to pull away?
Absolutely. Gonna find out what's going on behind the statue, of which you've still not told us is the likelihood of.
Well, you don't know what it is. Would you like to go up and take a look?
And then
All
us
the way up
three
the statue?
stay here.
Arius is desperately grabbing.
Hey, you
Yeah, I
three,
put out a hand too to stop him.
come over here.
I am just way past them by now.
Okay,
I
alright.
must have reached a statue by now.
So,
That sounds like the Chicken Man again.
the statue is a representation of a stout woman wearing sailor's clothing and a captain's hat. A plaque at the foot of the statue reads, Captain Mission, first sailor to navigate the Sea Fangs and founder of Mission Harbor.
I like her. Sea fangs.
As you may have noticed, not everything in this town is as it appears. I think you guys give your trust too easily. Did you know that a ship wrecked the night the lighthouse stopped working? They would have you think there weren't any survivors, but someone with sharp eyes says they saw a rowboat attempting to make its way back to shore through the storm. I wonder what other secrets the wreckage might reveal. And you kind of look up and see that the mouth of the statue was moving and saying all those things. And as it finishes that sentence, its mouth closes and remains closed.
I say,
Well, that's a cool.
God.
You get no response from the statue.
I want to knock on the foot of the statue. See if it's actually one of those people just painted in metal.
It feels like it's made of stone.
Oh, so not a busker.
No.
Arius is gonna have been watching Kirby for the last couple seconds. Is he doing anything strange?
Kirby is speaking to himself again. In a language that you don't understand.
What is it,
Okay.
German or something?
He says, magic. Someone
I go
enchanted the statue.
I return to the troop and I say,
Suddenly, in the distance, you hear a thunderous blast of an explosion. Soon you see tall flames licking at the sky from the docks area, and not long afterwards you hear the voices of men and women crying out in panic. What do you do?
Oh, running towards that flame.
yes, absolutely.
Why are we always running towards things?
For Tempest!
Alright, Arius pulls himself from the shadows and follows.
Yeah, he'll kind of he's been cowering, but he'll kind of follow at a bit of a distance and shove Kirby along if he's not responding to the
Yeah,
explosion.
Kirby stops talking to himself as soon as he hears the explosion. You reach the docks only a few short moments later and see that several small houses and shops have gone up in flames. You also notice that the old lighthouse has gone up in flames.
Of course it has.
The people of the town seem to be in shock, although several of them have started to rally and have begun forming a bucket line to put flames out on the homes. Anyone want to roll a perception check?
Sure
Are we not
would.
getting in on that bucket line?
You can. You can totally do that.
Arius will not get in on the bucket line, no matter what. He'll kind of like yell at people and order them around.
Okay.
I rolled a 12.
Yep. Okay. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna get in on that bucket line.
All right.
I'm gonna find like a barrel. I
Cro-
don't want to move buckets. I want to move barrels.
All right. Kronar
Oh,
goes
yeah.
and Kronar and Melvin run off to look for barrels. What are you doing, Arius?
Is there anyone who's like trapped in these houses at all?
You do hear some screams coming from some of the homes.
Boy, oh boy. He's gonna approach the. He's not gonna run in. He's gonna see if he can rescue anyone without putting himself in any danger.
Okay. And you notice that what's his name? Kirby runs into a bucket line.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see here. Arius, you see that there's a home that's kind of just a one-level home with a window and a door at the front of the house. Has flames licking underneath the door, but there's none that appear in front of the window. You do hear someone screaming from inside, though.
He's gonna look. Is there anyone who can rescue this person? I'm far too valuable. Does anyone respond?
No one responds.
Does it sound like does it sound like what kind of voice does it sound like?
It sounds like that of a young, like a teenage boy.
It's
Oh,
really
sound like-
it-
Does it sound like a troubled teen?
Well, right now, yes.
Okay. But does he sound like he's a no-goodnik, delinquent?
It's hard to say. He is crying out in panic and fear right now.
Who's he crying for?
Help me! Himself.
Okay. Yeah, Ares is gonna peek in the window. Nothing, no flames.
There's flames by the door, and they're kind of within like a foot or two of the window.
Nothing obstructing the window though. No tables.
Nothing
in the way,
obstructing the window right now. The ceiling of the cabin is on fire though.
Okay, well he'll throw something through the window to try
Yeah,
and smack.
there's like cobblestones. You grab a loose one and send it hurtling through the window.
And he'll yell, "Towards the window, friend!"
You're gonna have to roll a persuasion check. He seems like he's in shock and panic.
Ah, I've got you here, buddy. Don't worry. Me and my good friends here will keep you safe. There's several of us here. We've got milk and cookies and blankets.
Oh yeah, he says
21.
cookies, and you see this chubby kid come running out from behind a bookcase and up towards you. He reaches his arms up towards the window.
All right, Arius will try and pull him through.
Okay. Yep, you succeed in doing so. Kronar and Melvin, you're running around looking for a bucket. As you're doing barrels, as you're doing that, you notice that the half-elf woman from the inn is participating in the bucket line. You also see one of the Council of Three. The woman who is wearing the priestly robes is comforting some people who are standing outside of burning homes and shops and is leading them down the street. You notice that one of the other three council members is covered in ash and cuts and is laying up against a wall near the old lighthouse. You also notice that the third council member, Riskel, is vigorously fighting off the worsening fire at the lighthouse, and he's firing these blasts of like blue energy from his hands. You guys manage to find a bucket. What do you do? A barrel. What do you do?
Towards that lighthouse.
Okay. Yeah, Riskel is just hurling these blasts of blue energy towards the flames, and they're kind of pushing them back a little bit, but then they rear back up.
I think I have a water spell.
Okay.
Create or destroy water.
Destroy water? Like I
believe
heard
it's-
with hydrogen gas?
Yeah, I think destroy water is going to be really helpful.
No, I think it's create or destroy water. It's it's your choice.
You have that spell?
But yeah, definitely destroy water.
Would you have prepared that spell for the day, though?
Destroy all the water in the bucket lines.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what it says. And if it's very combat-like, then yeah, I did.
I don't think
It's
it
not
would.
combat
No,
like at all. It's one of I mean, it has very few uses.
in combat.
Oh, then I
Or
didn't.
out of combat, really.
Can we like grab a rowboat full of water?
You guys can try.
Like, are we on the docks or?
You're in the dock district. There's like water not far from you.
Like, surely should be some sort of vessel or like thing that we can fill with water as the behemoths that we are.
You don't see any rowboats in the water, but you do see some like laying in front of houses and like on the docks and that kind of thing.
Melvin, let's see if we can get one of these full of water.
Aye.
Okay, so you guys grab one. You're gonna have to roll a strength check to see if you guys can lift a boat full of water. But since you are helping each other, you can roll one person can roll to try and do it. The other one can roll to help them. And if you succeed in rolling to help them, they get to roll with advantage. Okay, yeah. Who wants to be the one who lifts it?
I love lifting. You have to pump you up.
Okay, so Kronar helps you pull it out of the water, filled with water, and you manage to hoist it over your head, which is extremely impressive.
We're portaging. Just like I suggested earlier. Let's dump this on the lighthouse.
On the lighthouse, is there flames near enough to the base where this could be useful?
The flames are going all the way up the lighthouse.
Can we
So-
like throw it or like get the wizard to throw the water?
The wizard seems rather preoccupied with his spell slinging right now. You're gonna have to make a decision quickly. Are you gonna bring it to a house or are you gonna bring it to the lighthouse?
Lighthouse?
Yeah.
All right, so the two of you go running towards the lighthouse with this boat full of water and manage to slosh it against a fairly substantial amount of flames. But those flames just roar back up shortly after the water has done its damage to them. From where you are, you see that Someone comes running up towards the lighthouse and towards Riskel, handing him a vial, and he says, "Move it!"
To who?
You two,
Move it from what?
from the base of the lighthouse.
Is he trying to destroy the lighthouse? Should we take him out?
Let's see what he does.
Move it!
Let's
We
move.
move it.
All right, so he hurls this vial against the lighthouse, and suddenly the lighthouse is covered in this puff of like fog and mist and steam. And when it goes away, the flames in the lighthouse have extinguished, and he runs off towards the homes and shops.
Yeah, let's investigate inside this lighthouse while no one is watching.
I think I might still be fighting fires.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think there's something important inside this lighthouse, and
Well, you're free to investigate it. I'm all energized right now. I gotta fight the fire, rage the war against the flames, retake the buildings.
Okay, what are you doing, Arius?
Arius is going to tell everyone that he's a hero for saving a kid, and he's going to make sure. He's going to kind of make sure that the stuff that we brought back, the head of the dead guy and the crate with the arm in it, he's going to make sure that no one wanders off with those.
Yeah, did you guys drop those in the town center when you ran off towards the flames?
I imagine we would have carried them with us towards the explosion and then dropped them when when we went to fight fires and be heroes.
Okay, so I'll say they're somewhere beyond the gate to the dock area. No one is looking at them right now. They all seem rather preoccupied with the village burning.
Actually, is the kid still with Arius?
Yeah.
All right, he's gonna have the kid. All right, kid, I need you to sit here with my stuff. You definitely don't want to open it, but sit here and look after it for me, would you, buddy?
Okay.
Do me a solid. Okay, and then Arius is gonna wander back off and see if there's any glory he can take or anything else he can do without risking his own skin.
Okay. So
You know how you can prove your manliness when you get all of the grocery bags from the car in a single go?
yeah,
Yes.
I want to do that, but with buckets of water.
sure.
Like
You
6 to 8 buckets of water just all at once.
There's kind of a stack of buckets at the at the end of the bucket line that are waiting to be filled with water. You fill up 5 or 6 or 7 of them and just like thread them through your arms, and you go walking up to the front of the bucket line, looking extremely impressive.
I'm not about the impression. I'm here to take that fire out.
Right.
So that water is going down.
Okay.
That,
And Kroner, are you going into the lighthouse?
yeah, I'm investigating
Okay.
before this sucker comes down.
It's still filled with steam. Do you want to roll an investigation check for me?
Sure do. Do 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 do.
Crit. Okay. You see that there is there's some sort of platform, like a plate, built into the bottom of the lighthouse. That's made of what looks like gold and silver, and there's various cables and things like that running from it. And at the center of it, you see the last glimmer of a faint white light fade.
That sounds ominous. Are there stairs going up, or is it just this room?
There are stairs that spiral around the inside of the tower. And-
Stone or wood?
Wood, and it seems impossible, especially someone of your weight, to make it up to the top. But you can see that there's some sort of contraption at the top that you assume is what lights the way.
So I'm in the base of the tower,
Yep.
and there's a gold and silver floor,
It's like a plate. It's like a 5x5 plate.
a 5x5 plate with a pattern on it, or
It's like the outside of the plate is gold, and there's like a divot on the inside that's made of silver.
And there was a white light that just faded.
Yes.
Huh. I'm trying to figure out what check would work to sense magic.
Arcana?
Yeah, can I use my my Arcana ability to sense and see if I know what kind of magic this is?
Sure, and I'm assuming your roll is a 4.
Yeah.
You don't sense any magic in here. You don't know whether that's because you're just untrained in Arcana or there was no magic in here. An old man comes storming into the lighthouse and says, "Huh? What? Who are you?
I am Kronar, Okram Kor.
What are you doing in my lighthouse?"
It was on fire.
Well, I know it was on fire. What happened in here? What did that Riskel do?
Who?
The one who was firing those beams. He must have undone all the work I did in here. Outside, the fires have mostly been fought off and have subsided.
Okay, Arius will, if no one's applauding him, he'll wander off in search of the rest
That was
of
part.
the group.
Okay. You see Kronar kind of... Not Kronar. You see Melvin kind of wiping his hands, and his face is kind of covered in soot and ash, and he seems to have been helping with the bucket line.
And,
I am another bucket line.
and Kirby.
Kirby kind of comes wandering up to you as well.
Okay. Right, where's the freak show?
I don't know. I last saw her with Melvin. Also, funny.
Thanks, buddy. Mel, where's that gigantic monster who's terrifying?
Last I saw her, she was at the lighthouse. Perhaps
To the
she's there
lighthouse.
still.
Arius just walks off towards the lighthouse.
Okay.
That's while Melvin's still talking.
Yep.
Old man, what work were you doing?
I'm repairing the lighthouse.
Please, sir, there's a great evil afflicting this entire country. If you could help us at all, we're trying to save these people.
Listen, I don't know about a great evil. I just know that that monstrosity on the hill isn't working, and this old thing, she's reliable. But, well, not when she's in flames. Oh, I'm gonna have to spend another month fixing this stupid thing. And he kind of kicks one of the steps.
Sir, do you think the council sabotaged this lighthouse?
What? They're the ones who I convinced to let me reconstruct it.
Then somebody's responsible for that fire. It didn't just happen.
You're telling me this place is kept pristine. Oh, I just know they're gonna blame this on me. I keep my shop clean, I do.
What was that blue power that man was throwing?
Oh, Riskel's always hurling his magic about.
Was he trying to put out the flames, or was it something else?
I don't know. Ask him.
What do you mean undid all your work?
I've been
broken-
working on this old thing. She used to run great, she did, back when I was a younger man in my 70s.
Oh gosh.
When they built that monstrosity up on the hill, they retired the old girl. I've been bringing her back up to working condition.
Somebody here in this town doesn't want the sailors to go out to sea. Do you know about this?
All I know is that once I get her working again, we can get those sailors back on their boats. You guys kind of come walking in to the lighthouse at this point.
I say, hail, Kronar.
Is anyone working with you, sir? Do you have a bodyguard?
Bodyguard? I don't need a bodyguard. My eyes aren't what they used to, but I'm still sharp as a whip. And he snaps his finger several seconds later.
Have you seen The Bodyguard?
Oh, it's a terrible movie. All I need is my helper.
Who's your helper?
Well, I'm looking that name up now. I wrote it down somewhere. It's Whip.
The gnome?
What? No.
You might want to enlist the help of a gnome, sir.
Gnomes, you can't trust them. With their tiny fingers and gigantic ears, I just need my whip. I can do this myself. I ran this lighthouse for 80 years.
Hey, racist old man! It's the year whatever it is. Gnomes can build lighthouses too.
Well, maybe they can, but I don't need help from nobody. Except for Whip. He's my helper.
Oh well, where's your whippy friend at these
I
days?
don't know, but if I find him, I'm gonna whip him.
You're gonna whip your
He
whip?
was supposed to be watching this place tonight.
Ah, very convenient.
Either he's against you or he's been waylaid.
I don't know what that word means, but I don't know why he isn't here. I think something happened to him.
Yes.
Where did you see him last?
I saw him when I left for the night. He should have been sleeping here. That Whip. I'm going to whip him.
Have you looked around for a body? This place was on fire.
Look around. I don't see any. Whip doesn't get burnt up. He knows he needs to be here to work in the morning.
Well, Arius is gonna walk around and look for.
He's not here on time tomorrow morning. I swear I'll whip him.
He's just gonna ignore the crazy old man and look around for any signs of what could have started this or.
Okay, why don't you roll an inspection check?
7.
Looks like fire.
Arius, you're puny. You can go up these stairs. If they break, I will catch you.
Well, the dwarf is shorter than I am, so therefore he's smaller.
He's solid.
Right,
It's true. I'm not so nimble on my feet.
Arius looks at the stairs.
They seem pretty sketchy.
Yeah.
As are you, Arius. You make a great combination.
I saved a little boy earlier.
Is his name Whip?
Never got his name. I was too busy telling him about how great I was for saving him. Yeah, I tell you what, I'll go up those stairs in the morning, maybe.
Good
How's
enough.
that sound?
You guys are stomping all over. I'm gonna need to repair this. You guys are making a mess of this place. Maybe you should.
All right. Do me a favor, old man. Shut up. And Arius is just going to walk out.
Okay. Why, I never. If I get a whip here, I'll whip you.
Let's go outside. I want to tell Melvin about what I saw.
Melvin was walking in with Arius.
Now, can I do, I'm going to say, looking back at my history, an insight check?
Sure.
We
For what?
threw water on the lighthouse,
Yes.
which didn't seem to do a whole lot.
Yes.
So an insightful person might conclude that the fire was in some way magical.
Yes.
Perhaps.
Why don't you, instead of doing insight check, you do an arcana check?
I can do that.
That is your impression. You think the fire was probably magical. You sensed an unnatural hunger from it when you approached.
An unnatural hunger. Does it have an evil taint to it? Or
It had a magical.
a magical? While I'm in here, can I look for some type of broken vial or incendiary starter?
Why don't you roll an inspection check?
Perhaps a planar creature? You said what?
Inspection.
Inspection is not a thing. How about investigation?
Well, you can roll that instead. Okay.
20.
You see broken at the base of the tower is a blue vial, very similar to the one that Riskel hurled at the building. But you also notice a different, thinner glass that is red.
I like to CSI that red vial into a plastic baggie so I can bring it to the lab boys.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
plastic
you
wasn't invented yet.
You invent plastic. Step 1.
Put some oilcloth.
Okay, you managed to
Put it in something flammable.
yeah, you managed to grab one and put it into your tinder kit.
Excellent.
There was a white light, and then it went away.
We all lose hope at some times, child.
Did your light flash before your eyes?
No, I walked in after man put the fire out, and it was all shiny and gold and silver and a white light, and then it was gone.
Yeah, okay, sure thing. That sounds very plausible. Arius just keeps walking around looking for, seeing if there's anyone from the Knight Commander's Kit Steele's men.
There is a noticeable absence of armed men on the docks.
No response from them at all.
No response from them at all.
I say to the party, "Good news, everyone! I believe we have a mystery afoot."